No Man's Sky is finally out, and while I'm having a blast with it, the underlying question of what you do in the game is still a thing I see popping up regularly on the internet. Today I'm going to try and answer that question, and I will provide some of my impressions on the game, and I will also talk about how I think the game will evolve with updates, as it's confirmed free updates will provide extra content. Now before I get into that, for those who don't know, what is No Man's Sky? No Man's Sky is a survival/exploration game set in a near-infinite, procedurally generated galaxy. So at its core, through the power of some maths equation, the entire game, ranging from small rocks on the surface of a planet, the planet itself, all the way to the star systems and everything in between, is uniquely generated. The game also features an upgrade system and combat, whether in space or on the surface of planets, but none of these are the game's main focus, so it is no surprise that they aren't technically deep and complex. The main goal of the game is to reach the centre of that galaxy. Now I haven't achieved this, as by looking at the footage on screen I wasn't exaggerating about the size of the galaxy, as I can't even get to the centre in the galaxy map. There are a few methods to speed up the process to the centre, such as getting a better warp drive, or by finding systems with black holes, which upon entering randomly boost you to a system quite a bit closer to the centre. Obviously, being a sandbox game, you can completely ignore this goal and create your own goal, whether it be discovering many planets in search of rare items to sell to get a better ship, or set the goal to discover all the words of the 3 alien languages, which from what I've discovered is the entire dictionary's worth of words. You can even attack friendly ships to steal cargo, but I haven't really delved into this that much, as it will no doubt sour relation with the respective faction, potentially removing possibilities of free stuff, as I got a free multi-tool for being friendly with one of these factions, which was a massive improvement over the starter one. Now I'm going to be really honest, and the real objective of the game is to do whatever you want. It is 100% a sandbox game, so if you prefer a proper objective to follow, I would say this isn't the game for you. The game is relatively run-of-the-mill when it comes to survival. You can manage things like life support and hazard defense and have to manage your ship's fuel. The gathering of the resources to do all this is achieved through the simple system of mining rocks and various other resource deposits on a planet to turn it into a more refined resource. For many this can be really monotonous, and again if you aren't into that sort of stuff I can't recommend this game. The survival element should be getting a boost in quality soonish though, as Hello Games have confirmed the next update will be adding the ability to build bases. I don't know how in depth this is, whether it is space stations, land bases or both, but regardless it will make resource gathering have a greater payoff and give a place to store junk. Another feature of this update, and I'll quote, is to own giant space freighters. Now this is vague, but my guess is they will allow the storing of huge stockpiles of resources to sell, and the possibility of storing multiple ships. I don't know if they will be player controlled or not, but if they aren't, I can imagine trade routes will be set to allow them to go from station to station and system to system. The game absolutely nails the exploration part though. I've explored over 10 planets so far, and while some appear similar in biome type, they are still vastly different in terms of flora and fauna, with weather conditions varying from planet to planet. Naturally, it is a concern that as I play the game, I will eventually discover copy-paste stuff, but so far, nothing like that, and hopefully that doesn't occur until hundreds of hours later. Now the other big question I see is whether the game is multiplayer or not. If you want a multiplayer game, this isn't the game for you. I can safely confirm there is no ability to meet up with other players, as people have met up and they don't see each other. Discoveries are shared in some large-scale things such as extreme mining and species extinction will also be shared, but that's probably the extent of it, as so far, like I just said, player meeting player isn't a thing. This isn't to say they may add multiplayer to the game through an update. Now, they haven't confirmed this, so I'm just going to take it as no multiplayer. But, like I said, it may be added. But as of now, don't buy No Man's Sky expecting to be able to play with others, as you'll be severely disappointed. That just about answers what you do in No Man's Sky. Now this video is in no way a review, as I want to wait for more updates and more content before I make a full verdict on this game. But if you're like me and wanted a game where you can explore an infinite galaxy and land on every planet, but didn't want to be burdened by the complexity of say Elite Dangerous, I will definitely recommend buying this game. The combat and trading is just an added bonus for me. If you want a complex space combat game with extremely deep mechanics, I'd probably recommend Elite. Or I'd say wait for Star Citizen to release, whenever that may be, as that appears to be promising everything in terms of space games.